Okay, so I've done an 808 example before with the oven, but I want to do another one, but that also has kind of a full drum loop with it so that we can mess with the high end as well as the low end, and also push this 808 and just see what happens also to the snare when we're pushing 808 as a kind of a whole loop. So check this out. So, like I said before, it's like we gave the drums a cup of coffee. It just woke it up. This is still, it's a little bit aggressive, but honestly, this unit can be so much more aggressive, and we have a lot more knob range to go. But you hear how the 808 got saturated because it's got the most energy in this loop. So that saturated really quickly. We added some subs and it just got way bigger down there. And there's room for that. And then we opened up the high end with the top burner and the sizzle. And those are both on their lower frequency ranges. And it definitely gave us volume. I had to turn it down to compensate, to level match. But let's keep going and see what else we can get and how much more we can maybe mangle or push it or whatever. Let's see what happens. So now we've definitely pushed it even further. We've got some pretty heavy saturation going. Definitely we've made the dynamic range smaller, so we could get it a lot louder now if we wanted to. I've moved the high burner and the sizzle to their higher frequency ranges. And we turned on the Bunsen burner, kind of expanding this high range to sound bigger. Now let's try pushing the temp even more. Hear how all the little bubble sounds that were in the back are now a lot more level with that 808 and more in your face. So now I'm gonna tighten the low end a little bit and maybe even boost some of the mids. So that's more of a warmer kind of lo-fi sound. We've pushed up the mids. I pulled back the sizzle all the way, and we've pulled back the low end, but it didn't thin it out and make it small. It's still big. The temp and the cook being pushed so hard helped to keep it sounding big. And we definitely have a cool, almost overdrive every time the 808 hits, so that's pretty cool. Now I'm going to back off the temp and the cook most of the way, and we're just going to work on the high end. I want to show you guys. You've seen how extreme we can go, and there's much more we could go extreme. We could really push it, but now I want to show you subtly how we can tone shape this whole thing. So now instantly on the snare, with just a little bit of the high burner, with the temp and cook down, it's a lot more quick to tonally open up the high end and less of a saturation. And you can hear how snappy the snare gets right. So you can see how flexible it is as a producer tool, just to really get a good vibe and well, I say saturation, but it's so much more. It's like it's coloration. There's some natural compression that happens because of pushing the unit hard, but it just becomes more colorful, more fun as you experiment and try the different settings. So you can see, how useful it is. It's really great.